So this is module 5, implementing group policy objects. So this lesson will describe how to manage server environment using group policy. So you will be managing the server using group policy. Topics, what are GPOs, scope, inheritance, domain base, and how do you create GPO? So GPO, first of all, is a group policy object. So group policy is a very powerful admin tool. You can use this to enforce various types of settings to a large number of users and computers. Typically, you use GPU to apply security settings, okay, manage desktop apps, and if you want to deploy software. You can also manage using folder redirection and configure network settings such as DNS, secondary DNS, and so on. Overview of scope and inheritance. You can scope GPO using links. Okay, how do you scope using links, security filters, and Windows media instrumentation filters. So there are 3 ways to filters or display specific group policy. GPO are processed on a client computer. So saan pinaprocess to? Sa computer nyo when you log in. So it processes inside your computer, not server. So client computer in the following order. First, if you have a group policy, a local, that will take effect. If you have site level, that will be the second one. And domain level is the third one. Okay. And if you have child OU, let's say marketing, under marketing, you have a sub OU team A. So that will be processed lastly. Okay. So what are domain-based GPO? Domain-based GPO are created using on the top level of the domain. So the domain base usually is named as a default domain policy. So you will see the domain base under or beneath the domain itself. So once you see this one, this is the default domain policy, which is also already created for you. So if you want to create a more specific and customized, you have to create under each OU. Demonstration how to create a GPO. Okay, so log into server 1. Ay, shucks, ba't tinurn off ko? Log in server 1. Then use the PowerShell. So to create a GPO, always starts with new. Say new GPO, and the name of GPO, let's say test. Let's say the name of the GPO is no clock. Okay, so I just created a group policy object. Now to open a GPO, you have to type gpmc and then find the GPO you created. So under domain, you have your Nexus local. Remember, I created no clock, so that's the no clock. Normally, it will go to its own container, which is called GPO, and then modify the first GPO. Let's say no clock. No clock, meaning I would like to hide this clock here. Okay, so remember we have a test server. Our test service number 3. This one. Okay, so when I log in, I would like the clock to disappear. This one. Okay, so how do you do that? So you have to filter. So you need to find out, is it a computer config or user config? Okay, so we have software settings, Windows settings, and template. Usually it's under template. And you have to identify the location. So this is called notification area. So notification area is located under start menu and taskbar. Okay, so these are the group policy. So if you notice here, this first policy is disable context menu. Next one is force, start layout. So we cannot find the clock. So all you need to do is do a filter. Okay, filter on, filter option, reapply filter options. We're looking for a specific keyword called clock. Clock. So from the filter itself, we were presented using two options, start menu or all settings. So let's start with the first one. Let's look for a clock. So here, remove notification. Here, remove clock from the system notification area. So that's the policy we want. Tapos this is the description. So as of now, it's not configured. So let's configure by clicking edit. Okay. So there are three configuration, not configure, not set, enable, turn it on. So this will enable the clock will not be displayed from system notification area, and disabled meaning you are turning off this feature. Okay, yeah, so clock. So we have our first group policy. Now you need to apply the group policy to a specific OU. So let's say marketing. Remember we have how many users do we have in marketing? We have Andrea Brillantes. I want to make sure this is not disabled. Okay, okay. Andrea is good. How about Ellen? Ellen, is it disabled? No, it's not disabled. Ito, hindi rin disabled. So, we can apply to the OU. So, this is the purpose of OU. So, you can apply to all member of OU. So, right-click the OU, link an existing GPO, link the no clock group policy, and that will take effect. So, dito, there's a link enable. It's yes, meaning it's already linked. So, when I log on as a member of that marketing group like si JLC, no? The clock will should disappear. Okay? Kasi in-apply natin, we apply the group policy kay sa OU. No? So gonna log in as JLC. So switch different users, JLC. So our expectation is the clock will disappear from the so system notification area. Okay, can you see the clock? There is no clock. That means the group policy has taken effect. Okay? Wala yung relo like this. Okay? So that's our first group policy. Any question? Okay, another demonstration. Remember, most users, standard users, they can launch control panel. And it's a big hassle for system ad for them to give permission to remove and add program. So it's not controlled. No? So when you go control panel, then suddenly they can launch this one, and then they can remove application and install program and install, which is a bit hassle for us. So it's not a uniform way of distributing application. Try to imagine, remove the Microsoft Office 2016. So that's a problem. So we're going to control that using group policy. This is another demonstration. You can go straight to the OU, create a GPO, and let's say no control panel. Okay? No control panel. Okay, next thing you need to do is right click the policy and look for control panel key. So let's say if this is your first time logging in, we don't know which one. Remember, if you have any installation, you need to reboot the computer. So computer policy, if you did a simple settings, you don't need to reboot. User configuration yan. So tayo, we're gonna experiment natin, okay? So usually dito lang yan sa admin settings. And then control panel, you can see rito, you can see here, prohibit access. Okay, that's what we want. So I'm going to enable to be the control panel to be prohibited. Now there are many ways to for the changes to take effect. One is ano ba yan? GP update / force, and the other one is to reboot the PC. Now the problem is, let's say you're configuring a server. You cannot reboot right away, right? Server. So you cannot just tell them to reboot. So the best way for you to do it is using GP update / force. Okay. So once this is done, we're gonna go GP update / force. Tagal naman yan. Tayin natin na. Kailangan pakita ako kasi yung I need to show you what's really happening.
May question ako, sir. Hello? May question ako, sir. Hello? Hello?
Baka may kausap si sir.
Oo nga eh. Nawala. Akala ko ako'y nawawala eh.
Okay, wala pa rin. What's happening?
Third question.
Sige, tanong na kayo. Ito, mas mabilis
Sir, sa
to.
'di ba sa group policy, pwede ka naman mag-apply ng isang group policy tapos marami kang mga pwedeng i-hide ng ganito, i-hide ng ganito, or
Yes, of
di ba?
course. In English,
Alright.
man. And then, joke lang. Okay, so yeah, you can do that. So let's say as of now we can launch, no? Kasi we haven't applied the changes yet. No. So we're gonna download the latest policy by typing gb update / force. So it's downloading from the server, then applied to the client. Ayan, sabi, user policy update has completed successfully. Let's see. So we should not be able to launch a control panel. Nag-take effect. So it's taken effect. So it's, according here, the operation has been canceled due to restriction in effect on this computer. Please contact your system administrator. Okay? And you can't even launch using command line. Hindi rin. No. Okay. Claro, is that clear? Okay. So
Claro.
we've created two group policy already.
Sir.
So that's group policy. Any question? Any question?
Sir, question, sir.
Go ahead.
Can we implement it on a specific group, OU?
Yeah, that's what I did. I apply only in marketing. So that
Marketing
means yung user from remember, I applied in marketing only. So that means yung user from Nexus user is not affected. Okay, so who are the user under Nexus users? These are remember IBM 1. So if I log in as IBM 1, the group policy is not applied. Okay, so that's one purpose of group policy and OU. Okay, so I'm gonna log in using IBM 1, then I should not be affected by, or IBM 99, right? IBM 99. Okay, so there should be anong password ba nilagay ko sa 99? What are the password that yun. So there should be a clock. There you go. Okay, and you can launch the control panel. Oh, you can launch control panel. So I applied in a group specific or OU specific. Thank you. Any question?
Sir, pwedeng may addition